A week ago today, if you were looking up into the skies of Southern California, you may have seen this. Hello, I'm Connie Vandeman Jeffrey, and this is All God's People. I was awestruck last Friday when the United States Air Force Thunderbirds flew across Southern California to honor frontline workers as part of America Strong. 6 F-16 Fighting Falcons in Delta formation flew over our hospitals to honor the first responders who are fighting to save the lives of those suffering from coronavirus. They spent an hour and a half buzzing the skies over about 20 medical centers in our region, including Adventist health hospitals. The nurses and doctors who could got a chance to step away from the stress, anxiety, and heartache inside those hospitals, and for a moment feel a bit of relief, excitement, and joy. I was thrilled to catch a glimpse of the planes flying from Point Mugu to Simi Valley at precisely 3:05 p.m. from my backyard. Thank you, U.S. Air Force, for lifting our spirits and saying thank you to our workers. From flyovers to ride-bys on bicycles, in Surprise, Arizona, Pastor Lonnie Milashenko and Ivan Weiss started prayer bikers just 2 weeks ago. And in 1 week, the group grew to this. They meet at the Clearview SDA Church and ride their bikes to the local fire station, police station, and hospital to pray with first responders from a safe distance. Last Sunday, Clearview Pastor Dennis Smith and Arizona Conference President Ed Keyes prayed with the group before leaving the church parking lot. Pastor Keyes also prayed for Surprise Fire Station number 6, and the fire engine crew waved their acknowledgement on the way to a call. Not only did the group of prayer bikers get wonderful exercise, they had the opportunity to pray with many first responders and fellowship with each other on a glorious sunny day in beautiful Arizona. Keep riding and keep praying with your community's first responders and heroes. What a creative way and wonderful way to share hope and appreciation. I think other church members are going to be inspired to start ministries just like this as restrictions begin to ease in our various states. Food for the Town is an initiative led by the Veg Hub and 6 Oakland area churches in Northern California. Many church members have been hit very hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. In the Oakland Spanish Church alone, 68 families lost their jobs and 11 members were infected with the virus. We recognize that many families, including those with children, are unable to have healthy food during this crisis due to their financial challenges, says Chef Chu, director of the Veg Hub Ministry. At the Grand Advent Church on April 25, volunteers packed 100 boxes of healthy groceries, including beans, grains, fruits, and vegetables. In addition to the Northern California Conference, several food distribution companies supported the effort. Many church members who received the food shared it with their neighbors, and the next distribution will be on May 30. Thank you to Chef Chu and the Veg Hub for this wonderful outreach. If you're wondering how to participate in a communion service now that we're worshiping by live stream, we've got a resource for you. The Napa Community Church is planning a virtual communion service on May 30th. 2 church members made a video to demonstrate how to make unleavened bread at home, and you just may recognize the instructors. NCC Trust Officer Debbie Pedersen and former NCC President Jim Pedersen. This recipe and the instructions look so easy, I'm planning on making a batch myself in preparation for communion with my local church family. Thank you, Debbie and Jim Pedersen. Well, this is Memorial Day weekend. Observed on the last Monday of May, it's a day to honor the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. Memorial Day 2020 is on Monday, May 25. Originally known as Decoration Day, it started in the years following the Civil War and became an official federal holiday in 1971. Many Americans observe Memorial Day by visiting cemeteries or memorials, holding family gatherings, and participating in parades. Unofficially, it marks the beginning of the summer season. This year, the celebration will undoubtedly be colored by the brush of the pandemic, and there will be no parades or large family gatherings. But there will be memories shared and stories told. It will be celebrated in homes across the country. This time of year affects everyone differently, even at the most normal of times. Maybe you serve our country now or used to. Maybe you have family members or friends involved in serving. Or maybe this is just the start of a 3-day weekend for you. However Memorial Day affects you personally, be encouraged to reflect on those who died in service to our country. There are so many ways to serve God, on the front lines, in support, and even by saying thank you. Service is what we do. It's who we are. I like the way Paul describes it. For we are co-workers in God's service. You are God's field, God's building. Even though our church buildings are closed, church is not closed because we are God's building, and we can always find ways to serve. Next week, we have a very special 150th episode of All God's People for you, focused entirely on what our schools are doing during these unprecedented times. Please join us then. For All God's People, I'm Connie Jeffrey.